going on? What are we doing? Showing me all kinds of different stuff. YouTube is trying to tell me that I like streamed for like 6 minutes. That was rough. We ran into something. Anyways, so I don't know what all y'all saw. I don't know what all y'all heard. Um, we cannot offer Luca anything. We have too much money tied up, which is weird because we have a pretty low payroll. 28 mil can't really get us anything except just bringing Keegan back, which is fine. I don't mind bringing Keegan back. It's just he's going to take up all 28 mil that we have left. And it's do we want to commit to that? Now, there's a couple of different things that we could do here. We can trade Monk and bring in Edgecombe, who's 10 years younger, and set ourselves up longer term. We'd have to give up a first round pick to do this, but it's not a terrible idea. The other one that was somewhat appealing was this guy that we just drafted in the second round. We send him and Monk for Con and Nick Smith Jr. from Charlotte, which would also get us a lot younger and just give us another wing player. Let me see. Call that 15. No, doesn't clear 10 million off. I don't know where I got that number from. That's essentially 20. That's essentially 15. Clears up about 5 mil in cap space. So it gives us a little bit of extra money to play with, but we're going to have all of our money tied up if we bring Keegan back. So it really just comes down to, do we want to bring Keegan Murray back or not? Is really what it comes down to. There was one other offer in here, I thought. Not that one. No, maybe not. Okay, it was probably this one. This one would clear up all of the 18 million. We would not be able to go get Luca or anything like that because Luca's wanting 54 mil. We've got 28 right now. 28 plus 18 is not 50. So about 46. So we could get a max player, but we couldn't get like a crazy established like superstar like Luca. And Malik Monk is our second best player right now, and he played out of his mind all last season. I don't really want to do him like that. I don't want to just ship him out. So just kind of exploring some options, just seeing what the market is on some of these guys. Pippen is on a crazy discounted deal, so the way that the contracts are all going to work, we're probably not going to get anything good out of him. Yeah, just a bunch of just terrible offers, really. Yeah, just a bunch of joke offers. This is the one downside with doing the 100 trade difficulty is you just get some ignorance thrown at you in the trade finder. Um, yeah, yeah, this is a decent one. This is decent because Bona is only 23. Now, he's not Jonas. Jonas played phenomenal for our entire postseason run, but clears up about 8 million worth of cap space as well. Just gives us a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more room to breathe. We could bring somebody in, or it frees up some playing time for some of our younger guys as well. Because we're not really in need of a wing, not really. Could go send him to Detroit and get ourselves some picks, which just gives us a little bit more that we can do. Spurs pick is available, and for some reason the Spurs were bad last year. The Spurs were bad last year. I don't know what it was. This is intriguing, but I don't feel like making a deal with the devil just yet. I don't know, whose pick is this? Because if it's OKC's, I don't want OKC's pick. OKC's gonna be OKC's gonna be number one. We could get Chris Murray. We could do that. It clears up about 7 million cap space. Just again, just more flexibility, stuff like that. You know, Bona is probably the best offer here, just for the sake of getting way younger and getting a second round pick. I might do this just because Jonas is getting up there in age, and I know I'm happy with getting Jonas in, but I'm not attached to him. So I may consider doing that And then just for kicks and giggles, just because nobody is really untouchable. See, yeah, why would I do Devin Carter for bonus straight up if I can and send y'all a 34-year-old? That's just the kind of stuff that just it doesn't make any sense, you know? Why is Devin Carter's trade value right there with with Jonas? It's crazy. It's just the same offers that we were getting for Valanciunas, other than Dylan Brooks. If we wanted to go all in, you know, I don't know, weird. OKC would throw us a first. Timberwolves would throw us some second round picks essentially. Warriors would do the same. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think that Jonas trade is the way to go because Jonas is getting a ton of money. We can go in with some cap flexibility. I think we just take a Bona and a second round pick. I think we do this. If anybody has like a crazy objection to this, let me know now. But I think this is the best route to go because we're getting an 11-year younger player. You know, like that's a massive improvement. That is a massive improvement. All right, I think we just pull the trigger on this. It's a Milwaukee pick, so it's not gonna be crazy good, but this does give us a considerable amount better in cap space, freed up about 8 mil for us. So we were at 28, now we're at 36, almost 37. So we could, if we wanted to, try to get Dyson Daniels. I know Dyson Daniels isn't typically the Knicks. The Knicks just threw something out at him. They threw something at him, that's for sure. Um, yeah, wow, okay. Um, I don't know, man. Dyson Daniels wouldn't be a bad name to chase, but he's a restricted free agent. I feel like if we offer him anything, it's going to get matched pretty quickly. And is it worth losing Keegan for Dyson Daniels? Is the trade off that we've got to consider here. Do we want to take a swing at it? It wouldn't be a terrible idea to try and take a swing at it, but just to check, yeah, none of these stars are gonna try to give us a. Now wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You're a restricted free agent, right? Yeah. I mean, let's just for kicks and giggles, we'll throw this at Paolo. I mean, we ain't gonna. Let's see, view offers. Yeah, we're down there, just a little bit off, just a little bit off. Hey, listen, we tried it. He may be a rocket. I mean, they're just gonna match is all they're gonna do. I'm sure. Pelicans threw threw a 1 year $5 million offer at him. Pelicans say, "Hey, we're interested. here's our here's our business card. Let us know." We could throw an offer at Jalen Williams too. If I mean this is gonna we're the only ones who have offered so far, but if it's a nice dream to have. It would save us a lot of problems, you know. What's Zach Levine drawing right now? It'd be funny to just bring. Oh yeah, hey, listen, if Jalen Williams or Paolo, like if something weird happens where they want to come to us, like hey, listen, I'd be I'd be more than happy to. It'd be funny to bring Zach Levine in, but if we commit any kind of long term money to Zach Levine, it's gonna ruin us, and we'd have to let Keegan walk to do that. I don't think we may have bird rights to Keegan, so we can probably go over a little bit in terms of we can go over a little bit in terms of what we can offer him. Josh Giddey never ends up on winning teams, though, is the problem. He would just be a trade piece. A guy like Fred VanVleet, I don't want to touch. Same with CJ. Those would be short-term deals if we did anything with them, and I'm not crazy interested in that. And then at that point, we just hear that shouldn't be down here. Um, yeah, Keon. Yeah, it's over, chat. Unfortunately, it looks like Keon Ellis is just saying, "Nah, we're good. We're all right." Take your screenshots, boys. Unfortunately, Keon Ellis is not happy with us for. We gave him a starting role, and I put him in the starting lineup repeatedly, but he just wasn't playing good. Like, he played terrible. If y'all didn't watch the last episode, if we have anybody who's new in here, Keon sold us all year last year. Here's his stats. He averaged 3.7, 2, and 1.7 with one steal. Still averaged 1.6 turnovers. He had a 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, shooting 37% and 28%. I mean, he just had a horrible year. Like, I don't know where this came from, but we had to cut his minutes back. Like, this is still more minutes than he's ever gotten before. So, Keon, I'm sorry, bro, but all you did was prove Mike Brown right, and now you make Fox look better. So now we have beef, unfortunately. All right. Marner was trying to say that his family was getting sent to labor camps overseas, and Adam Silver had this grand conspiracy against him. I guess he only ended up starting one game, and it was the game where I manually started him. But like, brother, you gotta prove to us that you're gonna do something. I think his advanced stats here. This is the number one metric I like to use here. Oh, this isn't pulling up. Estimated wins added. He was a minus like 4.4 or something like that, or 3.8, something in that range. He was just terrible. He was losing us games. It was tough scenes. So sayonara, adios. Enjoy your life. Uh, don't ever come near us again. This man's about to be out of the league, by the way. Shout out. We don't really need guards. We need a wing. You are not a wing, sir. You are not a small forward. I'm not interested in dealing with Naw. For some reason, AJ Green thinks he's more important than either of these two. Uh, Dorian Finney-Smith, just to give us like some depth. We'll offer you a little something, but we ain't gonna give you all of what you want. We'll just give you a 2-year offer here, just to have something on the books, just to be kind of a plug and play player in case this offseason goes horribly wrong. If we lose Keegan and we just need somebody to sign, fill in at that small forward spot. Could look at Jake LaRavia. Oh yeah, I guess there's. And hey, listen, J-Dub is agreeing. J-Dub is agreeing. The only problem is we gotta let go of Keegan to do it. But J-Dub would take our offer. Is OKC gonna hold on to him? He was in last year, but we would have to let me see. I'm gonna try one more thing. Yeah, no, it's not gonna let us. So we can get Jalen Williams unless OKC matches his offer. He is a restricted free agent, so this does not mean that J-Dub is coming to our team. Let's see. This would be very interesting. This would be very, very interesting. This Dylan Cardwell guy, go kick a little bit of extra wing depth, and then Jalen Williams. This all just comes down to if they match his contract. Caro's a Rocket, and OKC did match. All right, all right. Oh no, Orlando actually just ended up matching. All right. So there we go. It looks like that's gonna be, yeah. Hey, it was a little bit of a pipe dream. I don't know. Hey, maybe he was acting as a double agent. I don't know. Maybe his plan was to finesse his way over to us in the long term. So now we need to lock in on Keegan, which we can just match his offer. Let me just take one last look here. Let me see if there's anybody crazy that we could get over here. We can. Let me see. Let me view your offer. You still don't have an offer, Mr. Giddy. I don't know. I mean, like, Josh Giddey doesn't move me a ton. but he would be better than Pippen Jr. Pippen Jr. just doesn't have like a crazy. Pippen Jr. just has such a good contract. It's such a friendly contract because we got him for another 2+2. He's ready to talk extension as well. But let me see here. Okay, so we got him for 2 more years. We got him for this year and next year. And then we can negotiate an extension with him. I just don't know how all that's going to work. Let's see. You have a player option in the last year. You are getting paid mediocre money. You're getting paid. You're locked up for the next year. A decent piece here. You got a team option. Yeah, I think we just gotta. I don't know. I don't really want to sit pat because we're so close. We're so close. We're so close on making something happen. We could make an offer to like. let's just offer. At that point, I'd rather just have you locked up for the full 4 years. Yeah, let's offer Giddey, and let's offer Cam Thomas. And worst comes to worst, I can shop them around in trades. It's just a matter of do we take one of them over Keegan Murray? I think we do because we'll have Neek coming in, and Keegan never really gets much better in 2K. But who knows? Maybe they let us go into bird rights and we can hold on to Keegan Murray. Sorry, I just got a notification. Apparently, Jordan Clarkson is drawing next to no interest on the trade market. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Jordan Clarkson drawing next to no interest. That sucks. Jordan Clarkson was such a fun player to watch. Was. Not anymore. Now he's suffering with the Jazz. All right. So we sent offers over. So this, So we can get Josh Giddey, or we can get Cam Thomas. It just comes down to Giddey's just so much bigger, and he's a year younger. They'd be on the same contract. I think we take Giddey over Cam Thomas. What kind of a year did you have last year? I don't like those cold spots. That looked bad. That looked rough. You had averaged 18, 8, and 6 with 3 turnovers on decent enough efficiency. Your estimated wins added. It's not showing me their estimated wins added. It's not showing me estimated wins added. I'm such a metrics merchant. It's not showing me their wins added. Dang it. Versus 21, 2.6, and 2 on way better efficiency. But he does the same thing that Malik Monk does, is my problem. He does the same thing that Monk does. I think we take Giddey. I think Giddey is a better fit. Neither of them are good defenders. This is reliant on Neek basically filling in the Keegan Murray role. We have so our starting lineup would be Giddey, Monk, Clifford, Sabonis, Okongwu, with Carter, Zoe, and Pippen coming off the bench. I think we slot one of these two over to the two guard, one of Carter or Pippen, whoever is better at the two guard, and then Zoe can just go to the three off the bench. And then we've got Adembona and Maxime filling out the rest of the 10-man rotation. I think we're good letting Keegan walk for Josh Giddey. And if we suck, then we just shop Josh Giddey, and he's young enough to where we can get a decent enough haul. We can attach some picks. We can get somebody solid. I think that's the move here. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna bring in Josh Giddey. I think we're gonna let Keegan go. As much as it sucks, I think it's got to be done. You stay the same. You get one better, so you're moving over, and then Lonzo, get ready to learn small forward, buddy. What's up, Daniel? Appreciate it. There we go. All right. I think that's the move. I think that's what we're committing to. They may I tell you what, they may have Lonzo start over Neek, which is, I mean, that's fine by me. Lonzo's big enough to defend wings anyways. And he's a solid enough secondary ball handler and playmaker as well to just kind of connect everything together. We got Giddey, Monk, Lonzo, Sabonis. We just got a bunch of smart, heady players, good playmakers at every level, decent defenders. I think that's what we go with. I think this right here. Plus, we'll bring on Finney Smith, who doesn't really serve much of a purpose. I think we try and flip him for something. But I think we still sign him anyways, just because we can. It doesn't do anything if I reject him. It won't let me take Keegan back. Yeah, it doesn't let me take anybody else back. Yeah, so there's no downside to taking Dorian Finney-Smith here. So I think we do that. I think that's how we move forward. There we go. There we go. So now that we're in free agency, those guys should be signed. And there we go. We have Josh Giddey. We got the Giddler. So this is going to be, this will be interesting here. I wonder if, So let's go here into coaching real quick. Oh, I can't access that right now. Okay, all right, fine. So the vision here is obviously Giddey will start at the 1, Pippen will come off the bench, Monk will start, Carter will come off the bench, Lonzo will start, DFS can come off the bench. Do we let Maxime play the backup 4? Because we'll have a Dembona who is just a pure inside big. Maxime would fill that. But do we try? Neek is not fit for power forward. And DFS technically doesn't like being the power forward either, but he's played some 4. I think we bump DFS down and let him take those minutes. Maxime's just not ready yet. He's just not ready yet. Man, our 3-point shooting is not anything to write home about. Lonzo is our best 3-point shooter, and Monk is a close second, which is unfortunate, but that's all right. It's the Kings. We've never had good floor spacing. Zach LaVine is probably the most talented 3-point shooter we've had in a long time. A long time. I think this is a solid setup. All right. There's not much more that's going to be in free agency here. Keegan Murray is still here with no offers. We got $13.5 million, but he ain't going to like this. Maybe if I just a 1 year prove it. You want to? Yeah, he just declined. All right, I tried it. It was worth at least trying. You know, I mean, 71 interest is kind of fringe. It's going to be unfortunate, but there's not really much else that we could do. We have an additional $10 million if they were already under contract, but yeah, good luck, De'Aaron. You are still sitting there. Good luck to LaVine. What a bizarre interest level here. I would think going on a shorter term with that would help your interest quite a bit, but that's a little bizarre, you know, from a for Zach LaVine, yeah, because everybody else is like not at all interested, but Zach LaVine's like, I'd think about it. He's like, maybe. Which, by the way, who did this face scan on him? That is terrible. What are you doing, 2K? My goodness. Yeah, just seeing if there's anybody out here that I can finesse real quick for just way cheaper than they probably should go. Just more so as a trade asset than anything else. I don't think there is. Yeah, maybe if. Yeah, Keon. Hey, how's sitting in free agency treating you, bro? Good luck. Gosh, what an unfortunate turn of events. Some of y'all want way too much money, and I do mean way too much money. Some of y'all are just not in the right headspace. Some of y'all are real deal tweakers. Pains me to say that. Yeah, it couldn't hurt to take a swing at it. Yeah, here's some Barnes for the vibes. I wish. Bull. No, he's not gonna take that. Kuminga. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, Kuminga, you're about as talented as all these dudes sitting here expecting 10 million, and you want 36 million. Good luck, buddy. It doesn't look like we can finesse anybody. The problem is all these dudes are gonna. I can already see this being a problem because I've heard this is a problem in previous 2Ks. I was hoping that it wasn't in this 2K. Um, these guys are gonna sit, and they're gonna continue to expect this 10 million a year, even though they're just not outright not worth it. Like they just aren't worth that. And yeah, like that's gonna be that problem. All right. We're just going to skip on over to player progression. We'll see how the rest of the league shakes out. As Jones took his qualifying offer. Awesome. All right. So here's where we go. There's a lot of green here, but the part that scares me, there's a little bit of red. For some reason, Sabonis went down in overall, despite his mid-range getting better, and his interior defense getting better, and his playmaking getting better. Everything went up, and somehow he went down in overall. I don't know what happened there. Giddey went up one. He's got smarter. He's got mid-range, got a little bit better. Okongwu went up one. Pippen Jr. went down one. His physicals went way down. He is regressing as an athlete at 25. Degenerative knees. His finishing went down too. Lonzo's finishing got worse, but his three-pointer got better and his inside defense got better. He just moved up. He got a little bit bigger. Got a little bit smarter with some time. He's getting ready to play the three. Devin Carter and Nick Clifford. Boy, I like seeing this. These two young bulls. There we go. Part of DFS going down was just me moving him in power forward, so I'm not really moved by that. Maxime got better too. Maxime is up to a B plus in 3 points. This is what I like to see. Look at Neek getting in the lab. He went from a B to an A minus on that three ball. That's what I like to see from these young bulls. This is good. Tyrese Proctor, he improved a little bit. You are gonna have to figure something out. You're gonna have to figure something out. What's Neek's badges looking like? We gotta get Neek some badges. That's what we need to do. We need to get him on the mentor program. So this is solid. I like the trajectory here. Monk just kind of stayed the same. Monk's just chilling. All right. This is going to advance us to the next season. So we're done with the off season. We are officially moving into year 2. Let me figure this out. Hold on. Who is? Yeah, buddy, you're gonna have to get cut. Hang on a second. What do we do here? Hold on. You know what? Let's try doing some finessing. Let's do this. Boop boop. See if we can just 2 for 1. We could finesse back for Jalen Clark. I like that. I like that. I think we're gonna do that. Unless somebody else wants to throw me something crazy. Some picks. Top 3 protected and a lottery protected. Swap best with Rockets and a 29 first rounder. Top 5 protected from the Nuggets. Those are both protected though. I think I like this one from the Rockets. I think we're gonna do that. That way we just have some spare draft capital. And there we go. We're gonna load and download. We just had the AJ DeBonsta draft. We have already had 2025 draft, so we're going into the 2026 draft. And then from here on out, this is where it's going to get a little shaky with all those drafts. Because those drafts, boy, do they get wonky. Man, Steph, you are not going to retire anytime soon. What are you doing? I can only reverse it once, and I already reversed it. So Steph's just going to retire, man. We gotta let him have his retirement tour, I guess. Gosh darn, end of an era. What in the world? All right. So now we can take a look. Doug Christie, how do you want to handle this? Let's take a look. Kongwu still center. Pippen, Carter, Clifford, DFS, Maxime, and Bona. So you're just going to play the backup 5 minutes is what you're going to do. Yeah. I think we run that solid. That's a solid 10-man rotation right there. Josh Key's wearing number 9. That's Aura. I don't know about Okongwu wearing 50, but I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So let's do this. I don't think there's not really any moves that need to be made. We need to let this team play out, gel a little bit, and just see where we're at. Our payroll is pretty under control. I mean, nobody's on like a crazy bad contract. Okongwu's getting a little bit of a bag, but I'm not really upset about it. Same with Monk. The cap space is just weird this year. It's just weird from here on out. It's really just ducking and dodging that second apron, which we should be fine. Extensions. Let's go ahead and just finesse some money from Sabonis long term here. I'll give you 48.9. There we go. We've extended Sabonis. Hey, boy, everybody is. And Okongwu wants to test free. We got to front load that contract. Even then, that's more money than I'm comfortable with giving him. But it's Monk. He accepted it. All right, there we go. Not eligible. Pippen and Ball will re-sign. How much are you going to want? Whoa. 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 Oh no. We may need to move on from Pippen Jr. Unfortunately, he is just going to get. We've got him for this year, and we've got him for next year. After that, I think next year we got to shop Pippen Jr. I think we have to because he's just going to take way too much money. He's going to take way too much money. And then Lonzo. Oh yeah, Lonzo, what a team guy. What a team player. Yeah, no, we are more than happy to give Lonzo. Matter of fact, oh, okay, he won't. Well, nah, you're good. You'll be fine with that. There you go. Yeah, we will be more than happy to take you on less money. Absolutely, Lonzo. Yeah, that's fine with me. All right. Let's do this. Let's player mentorship. So veteran players can pass on badges and all that. There we go. See, I like this. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll select you, and we're going to have, I tell you what, we're going to have Alonzo teach you. Yeah, we're going to have Lonzo teach you interceptor. That's what we're going to do. He's going to teach you interceptor. He's going to teach you pick dodger and challenger. Yeah, we're going to do that. Lonzo can mentor Neek. Maxime, here you go. I'm going to teach you hook specialist. Teach you. Does Sabonis ever take post fades? What does he have this badge for? Can we be serious for a little bit here? Like, come on. Brick wall, strong handle, versatile visionary, dimer, break starter. Let's do paint prodigy. There we go. Oh yeah, we gotta have Monk. We gotta have Monk teach Proctor over here a bag, bro. We gotta have Monk teaching Proctor a bag. And then who else? You can learn from Giddy some stuff. You can learn from the Giddler. Do Dimer, strong handle. Because Devin Carter's a little strong, and then you're gonna have to learn float. You're a small guard. You can learn from Josh Giddey. There we go. I think that's the way. All right, I'm not gonna touch all this. This stuff is a little in depth. You know, that player development stuff. That's all a little in depth for me, but I want to make sure that they're learning some badges and stuff. And we're gonna let this rock for a little bit. Let's see. Let's go first week of December like we did last time around. We will not be taking that. We just extended Lonzo. And oh boy. Oh boy. We're losing some close games. Every game that we're in is close. Which is a very Kings thing. We just give our fan base a heart attack. I'm sorry, did we just get 3 days off in a row? That's crazy. And then play a back-to-back. Insanity. This year we did win an in-season tournament game. We actually won 3 out of 4. We had to think about that one. We actually won 3 out of our 4 in-season tournament games. All right, how are we doing? Team's feeling great. Josh Giddey's feeling great about himself. Okongwu's feeling great. Malik Monk is balling out again. Monk, are you still just an absolute stud? Or are you still just phenomenal? So just the greatest player to ever grace the earth. No, actually, he is not. Last year was a bit of a fluke run in adding 9 wins to the team. Interesting. It looks like it's the whole team so far that's kind of frauding out in that regard. Maybe it's something that adds up over the course of the year. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. And it'll just keep adding on top of itself. I think so. Yeah, we'll go with that. Lonzo is shooting better from 3 than he has in his career, but he's also shooting a career worst in his field goal percentage. Oh my goodness. What's up, duo? What's going on? 40% from 3. Pippen having a little bit of a down year, but that's to be expected. He's coming off the bench now. Carter only getting better. Great shooting numbers. Yeah, Monk having a little bit of a down year. He's not quite comfortable next to Giddey, which is my only fear with bringing in Josh Giddey was, how is he going to fit next to Monk? I mean, Giddey's playing well. Monk's struggling a little bit. It's still early in the season. We'll see. Sabonis is doing just fine. His rebounding numbers keep falling off as we add more actual rebounders around him. Career best in steals, career best in turnover numbers too. Outside of like OKC where he never touched the ball. Yeah, great efficiency as always. Sabonis, keep doing you. Fringe MVP candidate. Not going to happen with how much talent we have around you and just taking your numbers. But I am not trading for Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole got traded for John Collins straight up, just to give you an idea of what his trade value was. And I think he's rotting away in Utah right now. I think he is just absolutely rotting. We're going to give this a little bit longer here. Just let these boys figure it out. Let these boys build a little bit of chemistry. Is that a 3 straight games, the 7th, 8th, and 9th? Adam Silver has us doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And it looks like De'Aaron Fox went to the Hawks. He left the Spurs. He's on the Hawks now. I'm not going to accept that trade, but that is funny. That is funny. It's funny that he just left the Spurs immediately after being traded there. Like the offseason, he goes through 1 year and says, "Nope, we're not a championship team right off the bat. I'm out. I'm gone." We're second in the conference right now? Okay, we dropped to third after losing the Suns, and now here we go. Here we go. Get back on track, boys. Get back on track. See, we're close. We're close. We're weirdly close. And that's what scares me the most. Is when we get weirdly close, I have to cook something up. The team is getting along great. Ryan Finney-Smith's old self sprained his ankle. Man, that's the scary thing is when we get close like this, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know. How are we doing? How's everything going? Okay, everybody is gassed for some reason, even though we're running a 10-man rotation. It looks like they've just slid in Bona to soak up those DFS minutes. We're not even running them like crazy long minutes or anything. Like we're giving them short enough spurts here. It looks like Christie has moved Neek into the starting lineup over Lonzo as well, which I'm not against because I kind of like having our younger players playing a little bit more. Man, I mean the team is all like it's sunshine and rainbows in the locker room. Everybody's super happy, which I suppose like boy, Luka went to the Clippers. That's insane. Luka went to the Clippers in the free agency. This is the first time I've seen him go to the Clippers. That's kind of crazy. Oh my gosh. That's insane. Any other crazy moves here? Doesn't look like it. The Sixers are going to be scary, bro. And they picked up Ty Jerome. They're going to be scary if that stays healthy. Okay, I was going to freak out. Oh my gosh. Trae Young went to the Wizards with Quentin Grimes to replace Jordan Poole. There's your Jordan Poole replacement. Steph is surrounded by nothing but injuries. It's another bad year for the Warriors, I fear. Cam Thomas went to the Blazers. Ant is still rotting away. This team is locked into this roster pretty much. I mean, they got Drew. They got Drew. They went and got Drew away from Portland. But boy, they are just locked in. Jalen Williams, we were so close to pulling you away. It looks like they lost Chet. It looks like Chet was a cap casualty, and Caruso tore his MCL, so he's gonna miss some time. They've got Shea at a 99 right now. My goodness. The Suns pissed. Devin Booker's already 30. Beal is 33, still on that unmovable contract. They brought Dyson Daniels in to play next to Stephon Castle and Wemby. Oh my gosh, clamps of doom. Doesn't look like. Okay, so Chet. There's where Chet went. Chet went to. Oh my gosh! And Cade Cunningham gets hit with the torn Achilles disease. What is happening? It's just going to everybody, man. Chet. This is a great spot for Chet, honestly. In all honesty, because look at this. Their core is crazy young. They're all dogs defensively. Duran can be when he wants to be. He just doesn't want to be very often. But yeah, I like that crew. I like this Pistons crew. This is a nasty Pistons crew. Halliburton's back, so they went and got themselves. That's where Keegan went. Keegan went with Halliburton because we couldn't bring him back. Yo, he is on a what contract? What is this? What is this? What is this? What kind of devil magic did Halliburton cast on him? Got him to take a 2 million a year contract. I mean, it's a 1 year deal, but my goodness. It doesn't look like there's been any like kind of crazy movement or anything like that. The Mavericks, there's Keon. Keon went to the Mavericks for 2 mil a year. So that explains it. After all that, you could have had so much more money if you would have just stayed with us. But yeah, you wanted to go be a bench warmer, and then the Lakers just took the Clippers scraps in James Harden and Norman Powell. Ugh, what a disaster! A sign and trade where they sent Harden and Powell for Luca. Oh, they're picking up the scraps, boys. Ugh. Let's take a look at the standings here real quick. NBA standings. Let's see. What in the world is going on in New Orleans? Are you kidding me? This starting five is 32-8 with Fears, Missy, Okogie, and Kessler Edwards off the bench. 2K is on crack. And Cooper Flag's already up to a 90. This is year 2, by the way. Cooper Flag is already a 90 overall. My goodness. OKC is having to start Ousmane Dieng to fill the hole Chet left them, and then KD's Rockets are third. The Spurs have finally picked things up because they got rid of that team cancer De'Aaron Fox. And we're just right there with them. What happened year 1? Year 1, we traded Levine and DeMar right out of the gate and basically flipped them for the roster that you see right now, minus Josh Giddey. We flipped Levine for Okongwu, essentially, and then we flipped DeMar for a Scottie Pippen and Lonzo Ball is who we ended up getting. There were a couple of trades that happened in between that, but that's essentially the package that we got for DeMar. Lonzo was a trade deadline move because we were sitting at like third in the conference, and I figured we'd make a win now move. Lonzo kind of plugged up some defensive issues and could prove as a like Lonzo can be the he's just one of those glue guys. I like having him on like my winning teams and stuff. He's not gonna be great for much longer, but he's just a good energy guy. He's a smart, heady defender. I figured it was a decent enough win now move. I think we had it was Kobe Buffkin. That's who else we had gotten. I think we had gotten Kobe Buffkin along with Okongwu with the Levine trade, but we traded. It was Kobe Buffkin and it was somebody else for Lonzo, and I think there was a young guy that we had gotten alongside that. It wasn't Proctor. It was some center. It wasn't Joan. It wasn't Joan Barringer, but it was somebody else. That guy just didn't pan out. We tried to send him down to the G League, and he got pissed off and turned into like a 68, and he's out of the league now. So he can kiss my ass. But yeah, those were kind of the big moves that got made. Obviously, we're keeping Sabonis right now. We're keeping Monk, keeping Carter, keeping Neek, keeping Maxime. Neek and Maxime are actually developing super well. They're going to be solid role players here. And then obviously we got Adembona here for J-Val, and that freed up enough cap space for us to get Josh Giddey. So overall, that's That's a pretty big win. We essentially traded Keegan and Jonas for Josh Giddey and Adem Bona, and so the West has been tight every time. Every time the West has been tight. We just 60 piece the Warriors. Oh my goodness! No wonder Steph wants to retire. That's a big win against the Spurs too. We're beating a lot of Western Conference teams right now. That's a good win streak to go on real quick. That is a good win streak to go on. That is a super solid win streak. I think that put us up to second in the West. Yeah, that is a crazy win streak to go on. That is huge. That is a great win streak, boys. What a great run into the trade deadline. We might be there, boys. We might be there. Okay, now here's where I get really nervous because what do we do? I think we just leave it be because I don't want to make I kind of already made my moves. Like I've kind of already made my trades. We're running a 10-man rotation down to Raynaud. And then I think Bona is just going to take DFS's spot. I may just explore some trades for DFS just because what's DFS going to do here? DFS isn't going to do anything. There's no point in him being here. Draft capital is always good to have. I don't love any of these. But it would really just be to get off of this contract. I think we hold on to DFS just for vibes. I know we've got him teaching a couple of the young guys some defensive badges as well. So I think we'll just leave it alone. I think we just leave the team as it is. Because right now, listen, if you would have told me that we would be second in the West at the trade deadline, I would have thought you were crazy. But here we are. Sabonis is just leading this team. Giddey is just as valuable, which is crazy to say out loud. Monk is not hooping the way that he was. I mean, he's close to it. Free throw shooting's gotten better. His three-point shooting could improve a little bit. You'd think he'd be getting easier looks with handling a little bit less of the pressure on the ball handling side of things, but Okongwu, again, his rebounding numbers are going to go down. I still don't understand why you're taking as many threes as you are. Why do you do this? Why must you burden us with this? Pippen Jr. is averaging close to the same numbers off the bench that he was as a starter last year because he was starting for us. Devin Carter, 5 boards, 4 assists. I love to see that from him. His efficiency is trending upwards as well. He is a solid piece off the bench for us. Super solid defender. We can play him situationally in the postseason, and he's a good enough shooter to not kill us yet. Lonzo, just again a glue guy, averaging 6 assists a game off the bench. Still shooting better from 3 than he is from the field, but we're not gonna complain about that too much. He is definitely an unsung hero of this team. Neek is taking a leap. He's averaging 11, 5, and 3, almost up to a full steal. The efficiency's not quite there yet, but it is his second year. He's getting better. I like seeing the upward momentum here. I like seeing this. He's up 4 or 5 points in both 3-point efficiency and just general efficiency. So I like seeing that. He's doubled his points per game. Oh, Neek is looking solid right now, dude. He is looking super solid. Again, I think him and Maxime are really blossoming into solid role players. This is nothing to write home about, but again, you gotta remember, as a rookie coming in, he shot 32% from the field. I didn't even see that last year. He played very limited minutes though, I will say. Yeah, he was getting 7 minutes a game. He was getting some garbage time runs. But what I do like to see here is just a little bit of upward momentum. And then if we look at the advanced stats here, he's not going to be hurting us too much, but he's actually estimating that he's won us a game on the season. His true shooting percentage is trending upwards. His effective field goal percentage is trending upwards. So I like this. Per 36, he'd be, I mean, shoot, 17 and 11 per 36. That's solid. He's a better shot blocker than this. I don't really like how 2K is underrating him. But I like the trajectory that these two are on. Let's take a look at Bona. Solid rebounder. You are terrible. Oh my goodness. This is Angel Reese. Oh my gosh. Brother. You might need you might keep your bags packed. You might be heading somewhere. How much are you even making? Let's see. How much are you even making? You're just making a minimum, but let's just see if we can get something crazy here. Because like it's ideal that he just doesn't get any minutes in the first place. So I'm not like mad at it. I'm not mad at the numbers. Man, Caden Boozer, what happened to him? He fell off. What in the world? LeBron Phillip too. Oh my goodness. Maxence Prosper, Mavericks legend. Michael Russo. Sandro. Drew Eubanks, but they want Proctor back. Yeah. Again, I'm not really. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but it's our pick, but it's a first rounder still. It's still draft capital. Our pick isn't going to be crazy, but that's a little wild. And he's going to want a bag when he like this would just be a rental. This would be like I don't know why the Thunder want an extra pick, but this would just be like if we're going to go all in for it, like this would be a rental because we cannot bring Santi back after that. I think we're good. This is intriguing though. The only problem is Steph's gonna retire. That pick is gonna enact that protection. That's my fear with that. I say we just let it rock, dude. I don't wanna mess with too good of a thing. We are on a great run right now. I think we're good. I think we're just gonna let it ride. And what a call. What a call. That's our first loss in forever, I feel like. We are first in the power rankings. My goodness. Let's just see here. Real quick. Make sure that Okongwu is still saying he wants to test free agency. Yeah, I don't. The problem with Pippen Jr. is we're going to run into such a cap space problem if we re-sign him. We're going to just wait on that. I think that's it for contract extensions. He's the only one who's saying he will re-sign. Okongwu keeps saying he wants to test free agency, which that's the unfortunate part. Okongwu is going to be a cap casualty. He's just going to be a cap casualty because we've got him and Pippen for 2 years. We right now are in the same position that the Thunder we're heading into this season. They have Chet and J-Dub locked up through the end of next year. The end of next year, Chet and J-Dub will be eligible for their crazy contracts. J-Dub is going to be eligible for a Supermax as well. Provide the bread. But they're locked up for 2 years. So we've got Sabonis under lock and key for 5. We got Giddy up locked down for 4 years. We got Monk locked up for 4 years. He signed an extension. We're just going to team option Devin Carter. And the problem is Devin Carter's also going to want money. I'd rather have Devin Carter than I'd rather have Pippen Jr. Lonzo's locked up for a while on a good, friendly contract. He's like right at like $9 million after the end of this year. This is the last year he's making 10, and then it bumps down to 9, and I think it's descending as well. So it'll go down with his as he ages. And then you're on a 1+2. You're on a 2+1. DFS is here for the vibes, more of a mentor, glorified coach, and then Tyrese Proctor is here to learn and get better. Man, so we're good on all that. I think we just simulate the rest of the regular season and we just keep this momentum going. I cannot believe how well this has gone. A couple of guys like do a few rebuilds here and there on 2K, and normally their teams don't look like this. Normally their teams don't look like this. They've normally got to pull off some like crazy stuff. I'm on max difficulty, like simulation difficulty, is averaging 25, 10, and 4 with almost 2 steals and a full 3 blocks on 49, 35, and 80 efficiency. That is insane. He definitely took depoy too. Darren Peterson was Rookie of the Year, averaging 21, 5, and 4 with a steal and a half and almost a full block on 47, 39, and 88. This dude is a stud. This is LeBron type numbers out of a rookie. That is crazy. Colin Murray Boyles, those are super solid numbers. This is year 2 of Colin Murray Boyles in Toronto. And then Wemby's going to take MVP and Depoy. Most improved goes to Trace Jackson Davis, who did not make a single three-pointer, but he's averaging 2 blocks out of nowhere. Ant wins Clutch Player of the Year. And Coach of the Year, Doug Christie. That's what we like to see, boys. Doug Christie wins Coach of the Year with a 60-22 record. We are a 60-win team, ladies and gentlemen. A 60-win team. And Charles Pollard, I guess this is me technically, wins Executive of the Year. My goodness. Again, I did not expect this to go as quickly as it did. We got Wemby, Sengun, Giannis, Luka, and Jokic in the first team. Sengun is a bit of an eye popper here because, as you can see, he's an 89 overall, and the rest of these guys are like 97s. So that's a little bit surprising. That came out of nowhere. My goodness. My goodness. We've got LaMelo, who was on the first team last year. Tyrese is back. Cooper Flag is already on All NBA second team. It's year 2 of Cooper Flag, by the way. And he's already a 90 overall. Yeah. Thank goodness Luka is not there with him. And Shea ends up on the second team because Luka Doncic is just a better basketball player. And then Jalen Williams is hurt again come the playoffs. Thank you, OKC, for matching his contract, because if we would have had this man instead of Josh Giddey, we would be pissed. But he's out for the season. Again, he was out last year in the first round against us with a hamstring problem. It just blows my mind. This man just cannot stay healthy to save his life. And Jalen Johnson, Zion, and Tatum. All right. We are the 1 seed. New Orleans is the 2 seed. OKC is going to lose. We're going to have to play Dallas. I don't see a way that OKC without J-Dub beats the Mavericks, unless the Mavericks also have injuries. But here we go. This right here is a trap matchup. And over on the other side, Eastern Conference, we'll see who we end up playing. I'll bet Cleveland doesn't make it back this year. Charlotte being a 1 seed is insane. I guess Con Knupel is just he's just that big of a difference maker. Well, let's see. So we're gonna simcast through all these games here. Put it over to fastest, and we'll just take a look and see. That's not a good start. I can't lie, not a great start. It's not particularly close, and this is on our home court, and we are gonna lose game 1. And Malik Monk is out with a sprained toe. He said he's sidelined, so Malik Monk gets hurt in game 1. How much did he end up playing? He only played 10 minutes, and he was on a heater, man. He was on a heater. He did have 4 fouls in 10 minutes. Look at this legend. 4 fouls in 10 minutes of game time. Malik Monk, he just wants it more than everybody else. Scottie Pippen with a little bit of a stinker. Alonzo with a little bit of a stinker, but that's all right. Sabonis only 5 rebounds. You got to get better about that, man. Come on. I know Giddey and Okongwu are good rebounders, but you got to get yourself involved. You can't let You can't let the rookie in 22 minutes out rebound you when you're playing starter minutes. That's not going to cut it. Jokic, not going to say he picked us apart, but yeah, pretty solid game. Vintage Nikola Jokic. Jamal Murray probably hit some crazy shots late in the fourth quarter or something like that. We lose game one. That is not, that is not what I want to see. I told y'all this is a trap of a matchup, and I did not like that matchup for us. We don't really have an answer for Jokic. This game two, we're going to make a statement here at home, and the beam is going to be lit once again in the playoffs. We're going to hang 140 on them. Congratulations to the Kings. A new career scoring mark. Now, this I got to see. Josh Giddey, the Josh Giddey game, ladies and gentlemen. He was 6 for 7 from the three-point line. He drops 42, 8, and 12. Josh Giddey, the savior of our franchise. Lonzo Ball comes in 15, 3, and 14. They were probably all kickouts to Josh Giddey, who was just on fire, just stroking it. Neek Clifford, what a game. 17 and 11 in 20 minutes off the bench. 6 for 10, 5 for 7 from the three-point line himself. Whole team had themselves a day. Sabonis just took the day off. He didn't really need to do much of anything. I mean, it looks like everybody except Maxime, who we got a little bit of runs in there for. We just got Maxime some garbage time minutes mostly, but my goodness, the Josh Giddey game. What a game from Josh Giddey. 42 and 8, 42 and whatever assists he had. I forgot already. Let's jump into game 3 here. Hopefully we keep that momentum going. Hopefully we can keep that momentum going. I know we're traveling to Denver. It's a rough place to play. And it looks like this one might be a little bit closer. We got off to a great start. Blew it a little bit. Here we go. All right. It's going to be a close one. We may be able to jump into this one. We tie it up. There's 2 minutes to go. I'm going to jump in a little bit earlier, and hopefully Doug Christie, Coach of the Year Doug Christie, has not used all of our time